Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the conference will now consider Agenda Item 10, entitled Outcome of the Conference. Under this item, the presidents of the conference would like to introduce the outcome of the conference based on the mandate provided to them in the General Assembly Resolution 75/212. The summary of the proceedings of the conference will be shared by the President of the General Assembly with participating states and other participants next week. On behalf of the conference, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to His Excellency Chaba Korashe, President of the General Assembly, for preparing the summary. This summary will be included in the final report of this conference under Agenda Item 10 and will feed into the discussion at the high-level political forum on sustainable development. With regard to the voluntary commitments announced and registered with the Secretariat of the Conference, as of 3 p.m. today, there are 689 commitments registered in the Water Action Agenda. I congratulate all participating stakeholders and their coalitions on this massive achievement. I would like to thank the co-chairs of the interactive dialogues in particular for their commitment to the Water Action Agenda, and I look forward to taking this agenda further together. Following the broad preparatory process, the interactive dialogues at the conference, and all the commitments in the Water Action Agenda, there are some crucial messages to highlight for the world to take forward. We must radically change the way we understand, value, and manage water, recognizing water as a global common good and strengthening the nexus approach for water with food, health, cities, and energy as the catalyst for sustainable and just development. Water can be a health catalyzer instead of a risk, and lever for scaling up climate adaptation, mitigation, and resilience, and curb biodiversity loss. Getting finance and governance right, and innovative public-private partnerships across geographies, borders, cultures, and sectors in a human rights-based approach. We look forward to the implementation of all the actions in the Water Action Agenda and the Secretary General's move towards strengthening water at the UN with the appointment by the UN Secretary General of a UN Special Envoy on Water. Water can never be left out of any of the United Nations agendas, strategies, and plans of action as of today. These messages imply a follow-up that is as inclusive, cross-sectoral, and action-oriented as the lead-up to the conference. The outcomes of this conference will get a concrete follow-up in the 3 key upcoming summits: the SDG Summit in 2023, the Summit of the Future in 2024, the World Social Summit in 2025, and through the annual high-level political forum on sustainable development, Conference of Parties, and other United Nations processes, as well as the Dushanbe water process. We broke the hydrological cycle, and at the same time, it needs to be recognized that water is our game changer, 2 sides of the same coin. In the run-up and during the conference, we heard many great initiatives and commitments for action and cooperation. To capture these all, we extend the registration of commitments for the Water Action Agenda until May 1st, 2023. Thereafter, we will report on this during the global review of SDG 6 at a high-level political forum in July 2023. We must take concerted action now. The conference has thus concluded its consideration of Agenda Item 10. Before proceeding further, I should like to remind participants that Agenda Item 6, entitled Organization of Work, including the establishment of subsidiary organs and other organizational matters, which has been considered at the previous meeting, remains open. There being no other matters to be discussed under the item, the conference has thus concluded its consideration on Agenda Item 6. The conference will now consider Agenda Item 11, entitled Adoption of the Report of the Conference. I invite the conference to turn to document L.1 containing the draft report of the conference.